Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to take this video to discuss a concept known as the dividend wheel strategy. Now, this is different than the options wheel strategy. This just applies to dividend funds. And the basic tenet of this philosophy is using your dividends from one stock or one ETF to get into another dividend ETF. So with YieldMax, it would be using dividends from one YieldMax fund to get into another one, or a dividend stock, or say a growth stock. So my view on this, what I've been doing, because I don't reinvest my dividends that I get from YieldMax back into the same YieldMax funds. I actually use that money that I get to reinvest in something different. So I have kind of an unconventional way of doing it. You could say my wheel strategy is I've taken my dividends that I got this past week from YieldMax and actually put them into call options on different stocks that I think are gonna take off. And if I play these right, this could help me to offset like what I've lost in Tesla. So anyway, we've got a few of you that hopped on here. Greetings, Richard King. Wow, you're almost consistently always the first one on. Welcome to Chuck and Brandon G. Welcome. So we had an exciting week, I have to say. A lot of good stuff in the works. Sylvia from Defiance confirmed she'll be on Monday at 4. She's going to do both my show and the podcast. We also got Roundhill um, coming up within the next couple weeks too. So really exciting. They both got back to me quicker than I could have even imagined. No, it was last week. Welcome, TD Travels. Haven't seen you in some time. Anyway, so I'll just go ahead and show you all my dividend wheel strategy, which is not going back into the same YieldMax funds themselves, but this is what I did, so you all can either agree with me or laugh at me or disagree with me. So what I did, so I got dividends on March 6th from Defiance, from YieldMax block fund, from Tesla, from Coinbase. And what did I do with those funds? Well, I used a little bit more than what the dividends were, but I actually bought into some YMAG, some Ulti. I bought 100 shares of each. And then I opened up calls on Roku, which you see here, because I think Roku is going to come back within the next couple of months. And if it doesn't, I view it as like a, big fat lotto ticket. It's the dividend is money that I, didn't have to begin with. So, you know, try it out, right? And if it gets to where I'm up like 50%, if I'm up in an amount that I'm comfortable with, of course, I like to say I learned my lesson from Nvidia, but I don't know if I actually have or not. But if I'm up at a comfortable amount, I could just sell these even well before. Because call options are tricky when you invest this way. You're looking at the expiration date being like 2 months out. Really, with a month to go, the theta decay really starts to kick in. So I would have to manage this position closely. Um, MSOS got into some of these at this strike price. This one is more of a leap. So I actually bought down because this one had dropped. So all I'm waiting for is a big run up here. Um, of course, Ulti and YMAG, I got 100 shares. So you could call this the dividend wheel because I did use those funds to buy into some more dividend funds. And then this play turned out to be great today. Some call options in high tie, 10 of them at a 200 or a 250 strike price. And I just posted in my Discord what this trade has made so far. Um, I'm already up like almost 400 bucks in it, I believe. And then I got some call options on ServiceNow. Um, Taking a risk, no question, but thinking that, the risk might pay off. So that would be what I would call my dividend wheel strategy. Let me know what you all think. Um, I told MSTR, now MSTY too, I'm rich. So you played MSTY today? Um, I don't know. I think it's like the janitor or someone low level. I think they're going to bring the janitor on. Would you all like to hear from the janitor at Roundhill? At least they work for Roundhill, so it is a Roundhill employee, right? Thoughts on Aptly as stable, low yielder? Well, that one, like Jay mentioned, that one, and like the JPMO, those are more stable for sure. Those aren't going to fluctuate, and it seems like YMAX isn't fluctuating too much either. Anthony V says, I'm new to options Is it true that doing a put option as far out as possible is the best way to trade options? I've heard that from other YouTubers. Well, as you know, you can't always necessarily go by what you hear from YouTubers, including myself. A lot of what I talk about on here is what I call edutainment. I like to say that I may or may not know what I'm talking about, but unfortunately, people close to me have used that to say, ah, see, you actually don't know what you're talking about, so I can't listen to you and justify their financially imprudent, shall we say, behavior. So I quit saying that after like my first couple months in, but it is true. I mean, the way I look at it, if I do something and it works perfectly, I'm a genius. If not, I totally didn't know what I was doing, right? That's a little bit of a joke, but um, yeah, YouTubers, it's like talking heads in the media. The talking heads in the media are usually like the last ones. They're kind of behind the curve. They're kind of the last ones to the party, so to speak. Um, anyway, let's go look at MSTR and Misty. Hopefully, we'll get a dividend in that one soon. Let's see here. I want to look at seeking alpha. So again, the dividend wheel is not to be confused with the options wheel. The options wheel is definitely totally different. Let me take this one. Do you have enough Bitcoin exposure? I would say no. I have a few $100 in Bitcoin, so by far, no. Do I wish I bought in at 19? Of course. I saw several people trashing Bitcoin, but the thing is, say what you will. I mean, do I think Bitcoin is like a fundamentally sound, awesome investment? Absolutely not. Do I think it's a bubble? It absolutely probably is. But it's like anything, you can time it right and make a fortune. So what's wrong with that? If you can go in and think you can time it right, I see no issue with that, regardless of what you think about it. The answer is always no. Well, I don't know about that. It depends on what you're asking. Always remember, profound wisdom of the evening. The answer to the question depends on the question you're asking. Mind blown, right? Okay, after that mind blowing thought, let's go look at seeking alpha and let's hopefully seek some alpha. That's what we're all on here to do, right? Or are we just on here to see Coach ramble? Okay, let's see here. I got the same view up here like 4 times because the seeking alpha thing is annoying. Let me go up here to this one, the ulti screen, and we're not going to go too long. We'll go about 10 minutes. I want this video to end before the evening is over, so I got like 2 minutes with you all, and then I got to call it. Okay, is this the one? Let's see, ultra. Let me go to this screen. Let's look at Misty, just juicing out returns. Nice Misty returns. 93% up. Wow, that's amazing. And then we'll look at MSTR, compare this one. And I know this one had another good day. So a few people have told me privately in the private message that you can basically time this to where, okay, it's has a pullback and then buy in the next day after the pullback, and then boom, you make like a ton. I've had a few people actually tell me today that they did that very thing. One guy told me that he offset all his Tesla losses doing this. So that's phenomenal. If you all can do some kind of outside of the box stuff like that, check this out, by the way. Since return, or what am I saying? Since inception, since March 11th, I'm sorry, in the last 5 days, these are performing evenly. That's pretty cool. And we haven't announced a dividend yet. Now, if they had already declared a dividend and they were still performing evenly, then that would be like too good to be true. So there it is. Since how long has this one been around? Since inception. Okay, this is almost the same here, but yeah, that's pretty amazing for those two. So we should get a nice fat juicy dividend in those. So hopefully you all understood the concept that we taught you all tonight, or maybe not taught, maybe you guys already knew it, about the dividend wheel. Financially fearless, forge your future. What, do you run another YouTube channel here? Are you trying to plug your little channel here or what? I don't mind you doing that. Just come on the Discord and share a video. I don't think it works at all. I think you're just shuffling money around. Okay, well, that's a fair opinion. That's what we're on here to do, to exchange ideas. So that's a fair opinion. But if you get into a good fund, like on those call options, so my unconventional wheel is taking the dividend money and getting it into aggressive options plays to offset what I've lost in some of these YieldMax funds, which some of you call yield trash. So that's my play, a little out of the box. Uh, with Bitcoin, you have to ask yourself, can grandma ever use Bitcoin to go shopping? No, grandma probably doesn't even use a credit card. She probably still writes a check or pays cash, right? Sorry, not don't mean to hate on old people, but shopping or banking mainly used for crime in third world countries. Yeah, I hear that a lot, but if money can be made in it, it can be made in it. Money's money. I hate to say it, money's green. MSTR changed my life in the last month. Well, that's awesome. Good for you. Thinking of selling my Defiance positions. Defying the Defiance positions, and moving to SPYI. We'll lose around 800 a month in dividends, but I'm not liking the downward spiral. I agree. We're about to have Defiance CEO Sylvia Jablonski on Monday, so feel free, all of you all. I need questions for her. I haven't done much homework on her, so I need questions. All right. More on MSTR than any other investment in my life. That's amazing. Good for you. Good for you. SPY is a great fund. I'm adding two. You could put 10,000 each YieldMax. No, it's just my name. Okay, just teasing. Cash is the dominant currency used for crime. I have to agree. Around 3K. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you all tomorrow, which is like a minute away. Thank you again. Take care. Bye.